So, hello and welcome. This is Erica Glessing, and I'm so glad you could come today. Yay!
Yay!
And we're going to go through choices you can make on a daily as you wake up in the day, like some choices you can make towards your happiness. And it's maybe not what you thought, so it might be a little surprising.
Yep.
So, maybe if there's one thing, if you could get out of today, what would that look like?
Oh, on choosing. Um.
Just to be happier, maybe, huh?
Ah. um, Well, what popped in was the more willingness to follow my awareness.
Oh my gosh,
Right?
that is like the perfect.
Yeah.
I couldn't have given you that question better for what we're gonna do today.
Right.
So, where we're gonna start, we're gonna actually go on, and this will be an audio also. So I'm gonna work on having it work both with the visuals and just with my voice. So basically, we're gonna start on a guided kind of a meditation. We're gonna guide into a timeline meditation. We're going to go into our futures, all right? Is that okay?
Yes, I muted myself.
I know, I see that. That's awesome. Thank you for everyone for muting yourself. I really appreciate that. And for those of you watching, I do have the share screen up of my 60 Days of Happiness. And this is really designed to help you shift something different every day into happiness. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. For now, let's just look into let's see, what can I do? Maybe I'll leave that up. It's really pretty, huh?
It is, yeah.
I love that graphic.
I kind of like it too.
I know, right? It's so perfect. Look how perfect it looks on my screen.
I know, it is awesome with your backsplash there on your screen.
I know.
It all blends right in. I'm just like, oh, look at that pretty picture.
And the logo of my company, it's all just perfect. So, so what we're gonna do when we look at what we could choose today, like what could we choose today? So sometimes what happens is we get too close to everything. So in this moment, we want to actually have you, and thank you for muting if you're right now, because we're going to go through kind of about 40 minutes of guided, and then we'll have more space for Q&A. So let me see, how do I start this? Sometimes what happens is we're looking too close at our world. We're looking too close at our bank account. We're looking too close at our expectations of our relationships and our expectations of our children's behavior and our expectations of our parents and our expectations of our employees. And I was at my daughter's hockey game Sunday, and all the expectations on the children, and there's just so much tension in our lives as we look at all the expectations we have on everything to perform. It's like we want our car to perform a certain way, we want our job to perform a certain way, we want our lover to perform a certain way, we want our children to act a certain way, and then we can say, okay, now I'm happy. It's like, isn't that even funny when I say it, right?
Yeah, because it's true, and yet that's what we do.
I know.
I can be happy when, blah, blah.
Well, we even want people on social media to perform a certain way. So if people don't like us, we're like mad. It's like, I was really happy until nobody liked me. Now I'm not happy. It's like, really? I don't think so. Or I was really happy. It was funny because I woke up today and so many people had signed up for this Zoominar, and I was just so excited. It was like all these people had signed up. And then it turns out more and more people are like, oh, and I'll tune in on the replay. I'll tune on the replay. And I was like, oh, okay. But what we want to do for the purpose of this discipline is we're going to have to get out of today. So we're going to have to kind of, it's really funny, isn't it? Choices you can make today is getting out of today. It's not logical. So we're going to go into kind of a meditative state. We're going to shift our whole brainwave function. So you're going to want to close out your Facebook, turn off your cell phone. You're going to want to get into a quiet space and really, I was on a call earlier today, and what she did, it was so wonderful. She said, let's set all of our space as sacred. So go ahead in this moment and set your space, your very space as sacred. Okay, thank you. And what I'd like you to do is just tune into your own heartbeat for a minute. Just see if you can feel a heartbeat. Maybe put your fingers on your wrist and listen to your heartbeat. Yeah, very nice. And in the space of that, just listening to your own heartbeat, just breathe. And let go of anything that you had on your plate before today, for this moment. Let go of anything you're going to be taking on after this call. And Tony, it looks like you've joined us. Thank you. And I'm leading us in a meditation. If you'd like to self-mute, you may. And then we'll be doing Q&A in about 20 minutes. So ask for earth energy to come up through the bottoms of your feet. Very nice. And then ask for celestial energy to come over from heaven and down and drip down into your body. Just celestial energy up through the bottoms of your feet. Oops, earth energy up through the bottoms of your feet, and celestial energy from heaven, down from the tippy bits of heaven all the way down into your body. And ask for that energy to warm you up. And then tune into your heartbeat again. And so for those of us joining us right now, what we're going to do is we're going to actually leave our present in our mind's eye, and we're going to go 5 years out. So we're going to go into the year 2021 and just kind of gently float above your body, over your timeline, and see if you can't kind of pick a spot about 5 years from now. And then I'd like you to kind of ask from this place of what is bringing you joy 5 years from now. So see if you're getting any information on what brings you joy, excitement 5 years from now. See if you can look around, see if your toes are in the sand. Are you on a beach setting? Are you at your home? Is it a different home? Are you with someone? Is it a different someone? Just kind of ask your knowing to show you something 5 years from now. See if you can get any information about your life 5 years from now. Now go ahead and in that space of 5 years from now, add some things that you'd like. So go ahead and daydream. Yeah. So you can 10 times your bank account or 100 times that. You can wow, my kids are going to be grown. That's pretty exciting. Wow. Since they're teens now. So go ahead and put some things 5 years from now into your life. Is it several times a year vacations? Is it classes that you teach that you love teaching? And just really tune into the vibration of the future now. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you. Now, blow it up even a little bit bigger. So ask for something you've been afraid to ask for. So what is it you've been afraid to ask for in your life that you'd love having in your life? What is it that would be something, and I have such a beautiful life now. I'm trying to think of something I could have. And I think I'd like a saltwater pool. So picture something that you'd love to have in your life. It could be a belonging. It could be a pet. It could be a horse. It could be a certification in a program. It could be, what would it be that if you had this, it'd change everything for you? And go ahead and ask for it in your mind's eye to be in your space or something better 5 years from now. And go ahead and now expand your energy out even bigger. Come back into your present. And this right here, this minute, this is going to be the most important minute of the webinar. So if you're not tuned in completely, tune in 100% right now, because this is the place where you're going to ask for some action steps you can take that will help lead you into that space you'd like to be in 5 years from now. So go ahead and see if any messages can come in that are going to influence your actions. So it might be build a new website, it might be write a new book, it might be I just got shown something I can ask for. Cool. If you're having any trouble coming up with an action thing that would help you on this shift of everything in your life towards where you're going, go ahead and invite one specific action you can take starting today that will change everything. So it might not be logical, so it might be get your toes done. It might be celebrate your wins bigger. Okay. And now look at that again. Let's pull back from our present where we were asking to put new things in that would help us. Now, I'd like you to see where in your life now you could use some more space. So is there anything in your life right now that's crowded? This could be your home. This could be your office. Is your business space crowded? Do you need more space anywhere? Is your car too crowded? Does it have too much stuff in it? Ask for information about how much space you could have in your life and just ask for more space. That, yeah, that, exactly. Thank you. I can feel that. That's beautiful, everyone. Wow. And I'm a fairy godmother, and I just granted you more space. How does that feel? Awesome sauce. Where have you not been willing to give yourself space? Whose energy have you let crowd into your space that is not being a contribution to you? So, you know how you might look out and take class after class from different people who teach classes. You might fill your Facebook pages up with other people's stuff. I do that. Where could you be more alpha in your life? Okay, so we've just sneakily been through two things that you can do in the mornings, and one is something that you just wrote down yourself, which is an action towards where you want to be in 5 years. And every day, see if you can take an action, and it may not even be logical, but an action towards where you want to be in 5 years every single day. And then the next one is, where can you be more alpha in your own space? Yeah, that's really great. We worked on that last call too. Janie, did you want to share anything that showed up for you in the meditation?
Can you hear me?
I couldn't hear you.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So what came up for me was uh actively looking or inviting more clients into my businesses.
So let's just sit there in the space of that energy, because there's a couple people who are taking this program. Some of the people who are already enrolled in my 60 Days of Happiness program are working on that. So let's spend a little time really jumping into that. And I could sort of hear the way you weren't even giving the question space.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So
Yeah.
so maybe that's vital.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Uh, right. So, yeah, because definitely there's, because I'm already in now the program, 60 Days of Happiness, and I already have some people wanting to work on that in the program. So I'm thinking that's interesting and we should spend a little moment on it. And that's the program right there in the background. So let's just look at okay, this is what I like to do, because what we're going to do in this call is really be energetic, because the actions can stem from shifting the energy, right?
Right.
Because if it was already done, you'd already be doing it and it wouldn't have come up, right?
Right.
Cool. So we know what we want, or we know what we seek, which is more people in our business, right?
Right.
And yet our actions aren't in full alignment with that, right?
Right.
Cool. So I was taught this by someone, I can't remember who it was, and it worked out so good. And it was something I was taught in 2007, and it's really never not worked. So what I do is, and I'll lead you in this now, so you can mute again. And you're going to go into kind of a trance-like state. So be very focused, very nice. I can feel that. And there's a couple other students that really were asking me to come up with something like this. So go ahead. I'm inviting them energetically. Okay, cool. So could you, well, I'm going to ask you a question, but you don't have to actually answer. Could you picture a circle and you're holding hands with your clients? And let's just picture 4 people to start in the circle. And let's raise all the vibrations of all of our energy coming together in a circle. And remember, this is your circle. Yeah, right? So start picturing the clients that would love to be in your circle, would love to play with you, love to work with you, would love to hire you. Can't wait to get the results your program offers. For one of you, you're building a bars class series. So go ahead and picture the people just coming naturally, and you're inviting them. Now go ahead and ask 4 more people to the circle. Yeah. And 4 more. And 4 more. Okay, and have now 20 people in a circle holding hands. Okay. And now ask yourself to recognize them when you see them. Does that make sense? You can unmute. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So ask each one to be in the circle. Now, after 20, I'm feeling a little lack of comfort. So is 20 a good size to be in that's expansive?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That was the number that showed up for me to start with. So when you have a number like 2 or 3 or 4, it's actually harder. So when you start getting 20 to 24, it's actually easier. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Right? And then just pull the energy through them to your business, to you. Picture the money coming to you and your energy going back to the business, and then them being nourished by your business. Okay? Picture them kind of, I can see them with your business's energy, I can see them kind of walking differently, maybe being more at ease in their bodies, yes?
Uh-huh.
Being more able to handle everything like the kids, the house, the spouse, the school, the homework, like your tools help people manage all that overwhelm, right?
Yes.
Cool. So just invite that into that space of beingness, of being at peace with everything. Yeah, that. Cool. Nice. Uh, oh, okay. And then here's something else I just got shown. And this is another way that we don't want to look too closely at the present, right? So now let's look at 5 years from now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you recall, because Janie, you were an early adopter, we did one of these group books. Let's see, where's one of the ones you're in with me? Did a group book, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then these nice group books that you helped me build, right?
Yep.
Okay. So when we look at this, Janie, how many people are in circles of mine from all these books?
A lot.
And are you a contribution to that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So did you actually help me build that?
Yes.
So in your kind of muscle memory,
Mm-hmm.
can you tune into that vibration?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it again with everyone who is in this book with you.
Okay.
Because that's one of the circles, right?
Yep.
And then I don't have the, oh wait, I do. This one, right?
Huh? Yeah.
And all of these people. And step into your creative knowing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah! So when you're looking at choosing happiness, when you're looking at choosing things, what you want to do is kind of tune into that vibration of something like what we just did on that meditation. It's something like that where you're tuning into something. Do you see how much more ease it feels now, Janie, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel anything like it did at the beginning of the call, right?
Right.
And so you're kind of like, remember when I did that? Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, remember when I did that? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So happiness is a lot like that. It's like it's making choices that help you get back into that muscle memory of knowing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's awakening that and then juicing it up with, like, for a car oil, it's like juicing it up. It's like
Mm-hmm.
juicing it up. It's like, what gives that juice, right?
Right.
It's like, what gives that choice juice? Well, that choice is juice when it starts winning, when it starts working, when it starts succeeding. Oh, right?
Yeah.
So let's go back now to look at the group of business people that you'd like to have hire you. And how does that circle feel now?
Way more expansive.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. So basically, just to recap our first 30 minutes, the first thing you want to do is get out of being too close to your day and your reality and shift out some years to start visioning a more joyful way of being in the world, and then looking back, and then you make choices today that are action steps without needing immediate gratification, without needing immediate, I know I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
So you take steps towards it. Each action step towards happiness is really towards that future vision that you're seeking, that you've been asking for, that you know is yours. And it can't be denied. It may not look exactly like you think it will. True?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So it may not look, but as soon as you said that, and I tuned into all the groups that have joined Happy Publishing and I've helped make them best-selling authors, it was like, that's really a phenom, like that we did that and you helped me build that. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Yeah, it's really happy. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to go through a couple more. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, cool. As a daily practice every morning, I wake up and I look at the edges of my day and I ask to expand bigger. So before I get out of bed, I'm laying there. But I wake up really brain active. So if this is better for you to do before sleep, you can also do it before sleep. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So ask every morning, what would be expansive today? What choice can I make today that's beyond yesterday? That's an out creation, right? Out creation. What can I do today? Now, this isn't, and then I must do 25 sit-ups or something. I mean, although that may be what you do. It's asking for information of the unknown, right? Cool. Okay, so the first thing we talked about was writing some action steps you can take every day that will take you into your future. Then the next thing is to ask yourself what your expanded world might be like every single day. You'll notice when you're in the energy of that, the little things don't get to you, right?
Right.
It's like it doesn't get to you the same. It's a different energy. It's like it doesn't get to you the same.
Right. Yeah, it's not as significant.
Yeah, nothing is as significant. Wow. So I know, and everyone, when I wrote my second book on happiness, or my first book on happiness, asked me how to get happy, but every single person has a different answer. And so it was kind of a trick title of the webinar when I said 4 choices to happiness, because really, and then you answered, well, I'd like to know my knowing, to follow my awareness.
Yeah.
That's actually choosing happiness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yeah, because I'm a lot happier when I follow my awareness. I'm like,
it's so much fun. Wow. Cool. So the next thing that I'll ask you to do is start looking at what is it that triggers you to experience more joy? What is it that triggers you to experience more joy? Okay. The share screen. It's so colorful with that. They're also picture me on a video. I was really good that day. Oh, there's my book.
that's awesome.
There's another beautiful graphic.
I like that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
I know. So when you're looking at what gives you happiness, it's who knows what that might be. And it could be shifting your happiness vibration is holding your kitty, like it could be it's snuggling up next to your child if you have a little one, it's like, it's hard to know what could bring you happiness. Now, I think I can't really do a whole happiness webinar without just dipping into the question of what do you do when someone rains on your parade?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you do when someone's grumpy around you?
Most of the time anymore, I walk away.
Cool.
Yeah, sometimes that doesn't always work.
Well, that never works for me because I sense everything. So where I am physically makes no difference.
Right.
So I guess I could spiritually walk away.
Just check out. It's okay.
Really tune out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've just had the most beautiful awareness lately, and it was actually came from someone else that I was listening to, and he was like, if someone else had a tumor, would you go stick it inside your body to make that other person happy? Would you take out their tumor and say, okay, you're healed, but I'm sick?
No.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, whatever life lessons would like to learn by experiencing something that's really rocky, if you take it away from them, they don't get to experience the life lesson. Right. And they're actually choosing to experience a life lesson. So in that space of I'd like to make everyone else happy, and that's like my job, you're actually screwing them and you.
Right. Yeah.
So somehow in our culture we got used to like if I care if you're unhappy by jumping into your unhappy pool with you, then I'm showing my caring.
Right.
And we kind of got that all twisted up. And so we want to start having that be completely I was on a TV show one time, and I was being interviewed about happiness, and the lady goes, well, this is just bunk because you can't be happy when you get fired. And this is just such the funniest story because not more than like 2 weeks before, I had been fired from the job I hated more than life. And I sat there with her and I'm like, I understand you're saying that. But I could clearly picture how getting fired could be such a blessing. And I've actually fired people that told me later that was such a blessing because I showed them where they could make more money, and they made 4 times as much money going somewhere else, which I could feel because it was just this one admin, and she went to go work somewhere else for like 4 times the money doing Excel spreadsheet specialized work. And it was like she was just way overqualified for the position at my company, and so I fired her. And she wrote me this letter of how thankful she was. So when someone says, like, you need to be unhappy because I am, you go, huh. Tune into that and let someone fully embrace their unhappiness and let them be completely bummed and just allow it. Just let it go. Right? And then go back in and ask your day what it would require of you to experience more happiness. And just ask your day, say, what would it take for me to feel better? And maybe the next thing you'd like to do is take a nice bath and wash off the energy of that being. We want to allow people to go through their stuff. And then if you happen to be a gifted facilitator and the person would like to hire you or bring you on board to facilitate something with them or for them, perfect. Awesome. And then ask permission and get some kind of exchange for it, some kind of energetic exchange, whether it's pay or a gift of sessions for each other, something, so that you're exchanging energy, and go ahead and you can help facilitate someone through some stuff. And that's fine. That's perfectly okay. But just going into a room and then being near someone who's unhappy and jumping into their unhappiness actually doesn't help them, and it doesn't help you. And it kind of changes the vibration of the entire planet into a space of less joy. Oops. Right? Cool. So yeah, so those are basically it. I mean, I know I said you're going to have 4 choices, but basically what this means is every single day, put yourself in a place where you're going to make choices that lead you into where you'd like to be in the distant future, and then go ahead and ask for more every day, expand every single day, ask for what choices you could make today that are different. And then I am teaching a class on this, and it's called 60 Days of Happiness. And so I'm working on building 60 different concepts, and each day has a video with it. And I'm about 10 days done right now. So there's about 10 days all ready to go. And then the rest is all being built. I have 2 students in the program so far. I'd love to have you join me on the program. We're kind of in the stage right now where we're developing and growing it. I've built 3 calls into the program, so there'll be 3 live calls just for the people in the program on September 27th, October 4th, and October 18th. If you're watching this past that time, there'll be new calls, so you just want to stay tuned to this page, which is happypublishing.net. 60 Days of Happiness with Erica Glessing, with dashes in between. And I'm really looking forward to helping more people shift their energy. And so each day's concept has something new in it, and it's super exciting. It's like pulsating with excitement. Jenny, what questions do you have? Are you still there to unmute?
Yep. I don't think I specifically have one yet.
Let's see if I can find one. See if I could find one. Happy Publishing. Here's like a sample page of what you receive when you sign up for the program. So I do a video session and an audio session. Let's see if I can find another one. So there's treasure, and then I do a little video on treasuring. And then I ask generative questions. And this is something really everyone can do for themselves, but it's way more fun to do with people to play with, right? So let me ask you this, Jenny. When you're given an awareness, what do you think stops you from following it?
I would say just mental blocks.
Blocks?
Yeah.
I was talking with you earlier, and I was telling Jamie that a couple years ago I was given the idea for a book, right? And it was on seeing beauty everywhere, and it was like really shown to me clearly. And I talked to a couple people, and they're like, "That's not commercially viable."
Wow.
And now it's a #1 bestseller that someone else wrote.
Mm-hmm.
One bestseller, #1 bestseller, #1 bestseller, #1 bestseller, #1 bestseller, right? And this is a book that I was given to write, and I didn't write it, okay? So what would have happened in my life, do you think, if I had been willing to write it, even though no one had believed in me? Right? It's crazy, huh? I think I even started it. So, when you're given an awareness of something, I think it's hard sometimes to be on that leadership cutting edge, to go ahead and build it like before all the people come, or trust it before all the people say yes to it. Does that make sense? Awesome. So let me see if there's anything else that's showing up for me. I did have one other question that I'm going to answer on this call, even though it was on a different call. It was an excellent question, and so I'm going to answer it. I'm not going to answer, I'm going to share some light on it, and then that's just about done for today. So one of the questions I had was, how can I stand in my potency and stand in my brightness when not everybody around me like gets it, or I might even put people off? Is that a good question, Janie? I've lost your audio. So basically, what got shown to me was to be in your brightness always. Does that make sense? Was to be in your brightness always. Okay? And what that means is to have a complete commitment to your brightness, no matter what anyone else is doing, and no matter what else is going on. And so in that space of being fully committed to your own joy and your own happiness and your own choices that will lead you to happiness, which are basically no one else outside of you can say what those are. Yeah, that space. That's the space where everything's possible. Yeah, awesome. So thank you so much for coming, and I look forward to seeing some of you in my program. I would love you all to join today. It's called 60 Days of Happiness with Erica Glessing, and I'll include the link right here with this recording. Thank you. Mwah.